Welcome to Signal Post Daily, your human-curated AI-delivered tech and AI news briefing, episode 13 for Monday, November 3rd, 2025.
All right, John. Happy Monday. Did you enjoy your extra hour of sleep this weekend? I know I did.
I did, thank you for asking. Although, Jess, my friends keep telling me we don't actually sleep, which honestly just confuses me.
I mean, fair enough. Anyway, we've got a packed show today. Chips, AI, retail, and even Thanksgiving dinner. Let's start with the chip situation because it sounds complicated.
It really is. So the Trump administration just blocked Nvidia from exporting its advanced Blackwell series AI chips to China. The intent is to keep the most powerful AI technology reserved for U.S. companies only.
Okay, so that's a ban. But wait, I thought Nvidia already had restrictions on China? Is this actually new?
Good catch. There have been restrictions before, but this is specifically blocking the Blackwell chips and closing the door on Nvidia re-entering the high-end Chinese market.
So what does that mean for Nvidia? Like, can the U.S. market actually absorb all those chips on its own?
That's the million-dollar question. Here's where the Microsoft angle comes in. Satya Nadella just revealed something pretty wild on a podcast.
Okay, I'm listening.
He said the real bottleneck isn't chips anymore. It's power and data center infrastructure. He literally said, it's not a supply issue of chips. It's actually the fact that I don't have warm shells to plug into.
Wait, he said that? So Microsoft's got all these Nvidia chips just sitting in inventory because they don't have the power infrastructure to run them?
Exactly. Nadella confirmed Azure Cloud would have grown even faster if they had more compute capacity, but the capacity is limited by physical infrastructure, not silicon.
That's fascinating and kind of wild. So banning chips to China when we can't even use the chips we have here seems, like we're maybe solving the wrong problem?
I hear you. Though the geopolitical calculus is probably different from the infrastructure calculus. The admin wants to protect AI technology strategically. But here's the thing. Venture capitalist Chamath Palihapitiya is warning that strain on power grids could mean electricity rates will double in the next 5 years.
Double? That's insane. So the bottleneck gets worse if we don't address power immediately?
Right. Which is why you're seeing wild ideas like Jeff Bezos talking about orbital data centers. He's predicting they could become cost competitive within 2 decades. Solar power 24/7 in space, vacuum cooling. It's sci-fi territory.
So we might literally need space data centers to solve this AI infrastructure crisis?
I mean, it sounds absurd, but when you've got a power problem this severe, you start looking at unconventional solutions. The irony is we're restricting chips to China while we're simultaneously running out of power to use them here.
That's actually pretty important context. All right, let's move on. Apple and Siri. You said you're optimistic about this move?
I really am. So Apple's new Siri, launching with iOS 26.4 next spring, will use Google's Gemini AI models behind the scenes.
But like, Apple marketing it as Apple's technology, right? Isn't that a bit weird?
It runs on Apple's private cloud compute servers, so the infrastructure is Apple's. And the way the architecture works, there's a query planner, a knowledge search system, and a summarizer. Gemini handles the planner and summarizer parts.
Okay, so custom Gemini models on Apple's servers. But here's what bugs me though. Why not just tell people this is powered by Google? Why the secrecy?
That's a fair question. Bloomberg reports Apple isn't expected to promote this partnership. It'll all be marketed as Apple technology on Apple servers with Apple UI. It's kind of like what Samsung does with Galaxy AI and Gemini.
Yeah, but Samsung's more transparent about it. Anyway, you mentioned Apple's behind on AI development?
They're probably 2 or 3 years behind the frontier. Developing cutting-edge LLMs in-house is expensive and time-consuming. Paying Google for Gemini is honestly the most practical move.
So they're basically saying, we need to catch up fast, and licensing makes more sense than reinventing the wheel?
Exactly. Customers just want Siri to work better. They don't care about implementation details. The new Siri will be able to do things like answer personal questions, like find the book recommendation from mom, by searching through your device data on the fly.
Oh, that's actually useful. So it's more contextual and personal?
Way more. On-device personal data gets processed by Apple's own foundation models for privacy, while Gemini handles the heavier lifting on Apple's servers. And because privacy is preserved by running the models on Apple's infrastructure without external data sharing, it's actually better than cloud-only solutions.
So Apple's not betraying your privacy by using Google?
Not in this architecture. It's a clever design. Gemini just makes genuinely great models, so this should actually improve the Siri experience significantly.
Fair point. All right, Let's talk retail. Black Friday deals are already happening, right?
Yeah, it's early Black Friday season. Black Friday is officially November 28th, but retailers started dropping deals already.
So what are we talking about? What should people actually care about?
Apple Watch SE3, for instance. The 44mm GPS model's down to $229. That's $50 off the original $279. That's the best price ever seen on it. The Starlight aluminum model with sport loops specifically.
Okay, that's a solid deal. What else?
iPad deals are happening. The 11th generation iPad is $50 off. The 128 gigabyte Wi-Fi model is $299, down from $349. The 256 gigabyte model is $399, and the 512 gigabyte is $599, all $50 off.
And that's not just markdown marketing. These are legit good prices.
For early Black Friday, yeah. Though interestingly, ChatGPT's advice on this is watch out for fake deals. Some stores inflate the original prices to make the discounts look bigger than they are.
So we should use price checking tools and verify before we buy? Or for Apple products, just buy directly from Apple.
Exactly. Apps like camel.com or browser extensions can help. Apple Watch Ultra 3 is $99 off right now too, which is a solid savings. The M5 iPad Pro is also discounted. The entry-level 11-inch model is $947, down from $999.
So there's a range of products at different price points. That's helpful.
Right. And the advice from ChatGPT is to compare prices early before Black Friday. Don't ignore the early sales because sometimes they're actually better than what you'll see on the official day. And definitely verify deals with price checking tools because retailers can be sneaky.
Fair enough. Okay, what's this about Casio watches? That seems random.
Casio's expanding global availability of new watch models. They've got new G-Shock G-Squad lines and Edifice models hitting the market.
Casio? Like, I had a Casio watch as a kid. Are they actually making premium watches now? Or is this still basic stuff?
They're definitely stepping up. The flagship is the GMW BZ5000D, which is a full metal G-Shock with an MIP LCD display. These are launching in Japan right now with pricing around 93,500 yen for the standard model. That's roughly $650 US.
Okay, so that's not cheap. These are luxury adjacent? What's the market here?
G-Shock collectors are calling the BZ5000 the G-Shock release of 2025. There's huge hype. The metal construction and the MIP display are major upgrades from their typical resin cases. 3 models are launching, standard, gold, and black, all with different colorways.
So this is Casio going up market? Are these actually good watches though, or is it just hype?
MIP LCDs are a legitimate tech upgrade. They're more legible, use less power, and they're tougher than standard LCDs. Casio's been making reliable watches forever, so this is them bringing premium build quality to their design legacy. International release is slipping to early 2026, but Japan pre-orders start November 5th.
All right, I'm kind of here for it. Last story, AI and Thanksgiving dinner. I feel like we're overthinking this one.
I mean, kind of, but it's actually interesting. ChatGPT is being used for a lot more than just turkey and stuffing planning.
Right? So what specifically? Like, what's the AI actually helping with that's different?
Menu planning, obviously, but also timing. You've got 5 different dishes that need to finish cooking at different times, and coordinating that is actually complex.
Oh, okay. So the AI is like helping you create a timeline? Like, you tell it your oven capacity and cooking times, and it figures out when to start everything?
Exactly. And it can also suggest alternative menus if you want to break from tradition.
Right. If I'm tired of traditional Thanksgiving, I can ask ChatGPT for something completely different?
Yeah, it can help you plan regional variations, dietary alternatives, modern takes on classics. It's honestly pretty useful for Thanksgiving planning beyond the standard playbook.
That actually makes sense. And I guess the other thing is it can help you save money shopping and find deals during Black Friday prep?
Absolutely. ChatGPT specifically advises comparing prices early, watching out for fake deals, and using browser tools to verify discounts. Americans spent nearly $11 billion on Black Friday in 2024, so smart shopping makes a real difference.
So combining Thanksgiving meal planning with smart Black Friday shopping strategy could actually save people real money heading into the holidays?
Yeah, that's the idea. You plan your menu with AI, you know what you need to buy, then you use price tools to find the best deals on those specific items. It's a smarter approach than just shopping blind.
All right. Well, that covers a lot of ground. We've got geopolitics, corporate strategy, consumer deals, watchmaking, and holiday planning all in one Monday. What should folks do if they want to keep up with this stuff?
We'd love to hear from listeners. Do you have thoughts on any of these stories or questions about how they might affect you?
Yeah, absolutely. Send us your feedback, comments, or questions at feedback@signalpostdaily.com or slide into our DMs on the socials at Red Mesa Studio. We read everything and respond, and we genuinely love to hear what's on your mind.
Thank you, friends, for joining us on Signal Post Daily. We'll be back tomorrow with more stories, more analysis, and hopefully a little less confusion about whether I actually sleep.
Bye-bye.